Because how many have you been in organizations where you showed up and you started questioning some of the issues and somebody says, hey, no, hey, don't bother with that. We've always done it that way. Yeah, right. Thank you. And that's one of the things, I mean, that makes my skin crawl. It doesn't mean it was right. It might have been right at a time, but just because we've always done it the right way doesn't tell me that it's now currently the right thing to do. So I still take a look at the mission. What is it you're supposed to do? What's your purpose? Why is that important? It's fundamentally important. Why? Understanding what your mission is, getting that purpose, getting people to buy in to which way you're going. Now, you might not move at the same speed, but you're moving in the same direction, and you know where you want to get to. Now, how many times can you fall on your sword? What, once? Right? Once. Why? It's fatal. It's fatal. I mean, you know, people don't ever finish that. You only fall on your sword once. You go, yeah, why? It kills you. But you have to know, and this is where the values come in, you have to know who you are, you have to know what's important. And while I looked hard at the mission, the other part of what's important are always the people. It's the people you lead. It's the people you've been given to lead. I mean, believe me, I took seriously, very seriously, having to go to somebody and say on behalf of the United States and grateful nation and present a flag. But you also have to believe in what you're doing to be able to do that. So there was a reason why we tried it in 2011. I couldn't do that anymore. Just like I couldn't turn to my two-star and tell him, hey, go ahead, burn these two captains. Those captains had futures. They were good officers. They were great officers. They went on to do phenomenal things. But it was my role as a leader to stand in front of and between that two-star and those guys. Why? Two things. It was the power of my choice. It was the right thing to do, and I could do it. What you don't realize is people are watching what you do. And the higher you go, the more exposed you are. But the more consistent your character is and your foundation of your values, what are those 5 things that you're willing to defend? Stand up and say, no, that's wrong, or no, that's right. So the mission brings you along. It adds that coherence. In some ways, it adds discipline because you know which way you're going. And then you put leaders in there. Are they going to be consistently positive and work for the other half of the mission equation, which is the people? Are they going to live those values? That becomes the character. And that becomes the character of the unit, the organization. But character without values, and without clear values, and without a clear mission, you're just out there flapping in the wind. You have to know where you want to go and why. And are you on the right path to success? The consistency of what you do and what you bring, and that clarity of vision for success for yourself and for what you value are the most important thing you as leaders bring to anybody, to any organization you touch. If it's yours to fix, fix it. But don't worry about fixing the blame. Get after the new data that you missed and get on with it. And you know, as long as you're not flip-flopping a lot, it shouldn't happen more. If it happens more than once under the same conditions, then you have to peel back where the system failure is. Then somebody's not telling you everything with the clarity that you expect and demand. If you're doing things from a value-based proposition and the other person isn't, you might want to just ask them, what's it going to take to get you there? I think there's always room for integrity. So why is culture important? Understanding the specialty and the difference in the culture is important as a leader, because you're building things in your mission for success, not as a social experiment.